Why does the feature film form have to change? What can society hope to gain from it? Before today's episode of Reinvent Hollywood on the form, I thought I knew these answers, but what I discovered is something even more inspiring and exciting. Story, when you get down to it, is the greatest technology ever invented. Technology, pointed out by one of our guests, is adapted from the word technique, or tool. And its unique ability of this tool, story, is for us to feel empathy, to connect together, to share in a authentic experience. And that will always be story's greatest strength. In today's discussion, the human element won out. People, not platforms, was the advice of one of our participants when it came to the question of how to develop for the transmedia era. That's what we should focus on. Technology is a tool, but not a reason for a creative activity, not a reason for a story. The advice was dial it all back to story. That's the core. Recognizing that story is a vessel that holds our ideas, that holds our capacity and our desire to actually help change things, was one of the key takeaways for me in the piece. The future of the form is recognizing that we are no longer contained by the screens that hold the stories. We move the screens with us, and we enter the screens. We can go from one side to the other. All participants were wary of the long reach, of striving to do too much, and instead made pleas to keep innovations accessible. Recognizing that the audience may be transmedia curious, as one said, but not yet ready for heavy experimentation, is a cautious reminder for every artist that is turned down by innovation. It is a tool. It is not an end into itself. Our participants pointed out that the path to a transmedia future was going to be a bumpy terrain filled with lots of false starts, false summits, that you had to be willing to make mistakes, that chaos might be the law of the land, but the goal was simply to start to alter perception and behavior. Where it leads is not just to a nonlinear, asynchronous, interactive, immersive, participatory world, but the holy grail is still the same pursuit that all great stories have: empathy and transformation. Barriers do exist, and if we don't, as artists, as entrepreneurs, as innovators, as storytellers, don't work to keep an open internet, these visions will vanish. People, audiences, and artists both must take control of their work and their viewing, that they have to recognize that they are the owners of the data that they generate, and they should be free to reap the benefits of that and take it with them when they do create it. Our direct contact with the audience is the one real gift that we have now, and we must not lose that at any cost. We have to remember, this will be chaotic. Mistakes will be made. We have to adapt a culture of rapid prototyping. Don't wait, iterate. Enable discussion and bring diverse voices and viewpoints into the development process as early as possible. These are the lessons our participants shared: transparency, sharing, the pursuit of transcendence, empathy, embracing failure as a given, and a faith in the artist and diverse contributors. That was my takeaway. The same things that made me want to enter the film business over 25 years ago. My hope was restored.